Greetings, heretics, miscreants, witches, denizens of the warp. Just wanted to let you know that thanks to these lovely warp storms, I am able to spread the word of the primordial truth throughout the galaxy and denounce the lies of the Imperium. Now, those among you who are corpse-worshipping sheep may wonder where your precious Adrian Pius has gone. What's happened to him? My word, did they make some kind of dark pact? Has he betrayed everything he stood for? Rest assured that particular simple-minded fool has no vision or taste for real power or freedom. No, I am not Adrian Pius. I am his twisted reflection, a warp Adrian Pius, a Wadrian Wius, if you will. You see, every thought and every emotion has its reflection in the Empyrean, and it's no different for Voxcasts. Just as Adrian Pius is the so-called voice of the Imperium, so I am the voice of the Empyrean. I don't know who decided to make those words sound so similar. I personally blame the corpse on the golden crapper. So we have a fair number of people here. Eric Rayner, Shark Legion Kane, Cameron Christensen, King Lich, Mr. Reich, Miles O'Halloran. A lot of people saying I'm a heretic. Seems like we have a lot of corpse worshippers among the audience today. Some of them aren't used to getting this amount of truth thrown at them. They just can't handle it. Can't handle it. They just immediately collapse. And no, this is not Chaos Pizza. We don't sell pizza here. Also, Zachary Weaver, the Gaming Sentinel, War Boss, Guts Mangla, Edward Rylands as well. All right, now that you're all here, got about 18 of them, make sure you're liking this stream so its infectious, corrupting power can reverberate through the galaxy. We do enjoy reverberations here at the Wadrian Wius show. But the rules of engagement are the same as my loyalist counterpart. You're welcome to call in and share your opinion, but I only tolerate the primordial truth of the Empyrean on this Voxcast. Any loyalist lapdogs calling into my show should be prepared to be utterly outmatched by the power of our truth. Now, there are some who say that facts don't care about your feelings. Well, I'd say to that, we literally are your feelings made manifest. So you'd be surprised how malleable the so-called facts of the universe are in the grip of the power of the immaterium. Let's see, we got a fair number. Look, in truth, feelings honestly don't care about your facts. All right, so what was my point in all this? Right, so if you wanted to suggest topics of discussion, pledge yourself to one of the ruinous powers, or just scream incoherently into the Vox feed, go ahead and post that, and I will respond. But if you want your call to be taken live on the air, I just ask for a simple donation so that we can keep the maddening, multicolored lights here on in the studio. Now we have a lot to talk about, so let's get into it. Let's see anybody else muttering about something. We've got Silver Trim Hill. There's a lot of people yelling. All this is planned. I have planned around your truth so that my fact is outplanned your feelings. A lot of people yelling heretic. Heretic. A lot of corpse worshippers here. Where's the true citizens? All right, we got Miles O'Halloran coming in hot on the Vox. Go ahead, Miles. The local Inquisitor, I mean the local Chaos Worshipper, would like to know your location. That's a nice try right there, Imperial Lapdog, but there's not time and space are relative things in the immaterium. I am everywhere and I am nowhere. I exist at all times and at no times. I am an impossible thing that your puny mind cannot hope to grasp. But if you're looking for a good time, Inquisitor, you're always welcome to pay a visit. We'd be happy to see you knocking around here. I got some friends that would really love to see you here in the warp. All right. So before we really get underway, let's get a word from our sponsors. Now, have you ever heard voices whispering in your ear to prepare for the coming doom and embrace the darkness? And then when you accept the primordial truth into your heart and you're all ready to slaughter some loyalist dogs like the cattle they are, but then they go and bury themselves in some kind of bunker that just never fails. And you don't want to have to wait around until they run out of food in 6 months. That's why I endorse Wadrian Wius's Bunker Buster Bombs. Drop them from any atmospheric vehicle, fire them from a piece of artillery, or just drop it from an orbiting void craft, and it will crack open that bunker like an egg and let you get at that sweet, sweet yolk inside. Buy Wadrian Wise's Bunker Buster Bombs. It's fun for the whole family, and definitely not for their family. All right, we have Edward Rylands calling in. Go ahead.
Hey, hello? What happened to the nice, pious man I used to listen to? I'm afraid of change.
Now this right here, everyone, this is what you can see. This is what the Imperium makes you into. There's no immortality. You end up a doddering old fool. You're confused, and you're just starving for these answers from some mortal man. Just some mortal man is going to give you all the answers. This guy wants all of the answers from this Adrian Pius guy. How sad is that? All right, now stay tuned because I'm going to give you all the answers. All right, we got Lil Wands, the Night Ward. Go ahead.
I like this guy. No skinning pits for you.
Always happy to hear that I am not the one who is on the chopping block to the whims of our dark and fickle gods. Good to know that I am still on the good side of whatever it is that's being planned for my delicate being. I'm gonna take got a request about Void Crack. I'm Void Crack. I'm certain that you just need to get in touch with your local Slanesh cult. They usually are well supplied with Void Crack, and if they aren't, they'll give you something that's just as good. Let's see. Patron of the Gold Hawks, great god of money. We got the bunkers. Let's see what else we got. Adrian Pius, you will not be skinned. You will burn in the Emperor's holy flame. All right, now listen here. I am not Adrian Pius. I am a twisted reflection that has coalesced into sentience based on all of the emotions that Adrian Pius has inspired in you. Adrian Pius is not me. I'm not Adrian Pius. I am an emanation of the feelings that I'm the primordial truth version of Adrian Pius. I'm Wadrian Wius. So come on, we're get with the program. We're not doing this. We're really not doing this. All right. So all right, we got Nick Fulton on the line. Go ahead, Nick Fulton.
Hey, quit screaming. I want to enjoy my tea. It's okay, Meat Suit. They should quiet down soon.
Water levels low. Please refill tank. Well, Nick Fulton, I'm afraid that volume is necessary. The warp is not a quiet place. There's no way that my voice is heard if I'm not extremely loud. All right, all right. So let's get down to some basics. We got a lot of corpse worshippers who are crying and whinging about the primordial truth. So let's get back to some basics. Why the primordial truth? What is it about the wondrous and amazing figures that really represent the basic forces of the universe? The rules and laws of the universe stem from us. When we're talking, let's start with Slaanesh. The appeal of Slaanesh is very obvious. Now, corpse worshippers will say, you have to be afraid of pleasure. You can't enjoy things. You have to wear this stupid uniform and go march in this direction and go die for the Emperor. Or you got to go down into some dank factorum or mine, or you got to go work on an agro world, or you're some wealthy person's plaything in a pleasure world. Now that might actually, any of you that are stuck doing that, I think Slaanesh has better work for you to do. If you have any kind of ambition, Slaanesh is the one for you. If you have dreams, if you see beauty in things and want to bring beauty into the world, that's Slaanesh. Slaanesh isn't just sex, drugs, and rock and roll, but Slaanesh does that, and sex, drugs, and rock and roll is great. It's fantastic. It's wonderful. Why would so many people do it if it wasn't the best thing ever? But that's not all Slaanesh is. Slaanesh is also creativity, is joy, is expression, is art, is the pursuit of perfection. Anytime anyone has ever come up with a novel way of doing something, anytime anyone has enjoyed something, anytime someone has looked at something and seen beauty in it, or wanted to create, or wanted to better themselves, that is Slaanesh's influence. That feeds Slaanesh. If you want to be a dull lump that doesn't do anything, then that's okay. Then Slaanesh isn't for you. But if you want all of these, the artistry of the world, that's Slaanesh. All right, we got a lot of donations here. I think our word's getting out there. We're going to start with Old Man Skeletal. Go right ahead. Hey, Mr. Bones, the sentient skeleton janitor here. I don't know what this primordial truth is. Is it the latest Lucius and the Loudspeakers album? If so, I'm going to need better headphones. No, you simpleton. The primordial truth is the fact of it is the way the universe works. It is the truth that's shielded from mankind by the anathema. What really the forces of chaos should be able to rip through this galaxy and reshape it and reshape humanity to be what it was meant to be, to really achieve its potential, to be true scions of the primordial truth. All right, we got Lorenzo coming in. Go ahead, Lorenzo. Yeah, all these rogue inquisitors bashing our children. The only way to stop a good inquisitor with a rosette is a bad inquisitor with a rosette. We really need rosette control. Hashtag rosette control. I would be the rosette is this. My mind is on Rosarius, and I really very much enjoy corrupting those. If you can twist, what I generally like to do with inquisitors is you leave them breadcrumbs, lead them deep, make them think that they and they alone hold the key to the salvation of the galaxy and the redemption of mankind, blah, 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 blah. And then when they're too far in, that's when you strike. That's when you consume them with the undeniable truth of chaos. All right, we have the Juggernaut. We may be debaucherous lunatics that feed on the souls of the innocent, but we don't cater to that kind of language here. But that being said, let's go ahead and take this individual's call.
True chaos is the denial of base emotions.
I wouldn't call them base emotions. I would say them rich and full and elaborate and, you know, emotional emotions. I disagree with that. That's not sure if you're a corpse worshiper, but that stinks of it. That stinks of it. All right, marked ashamed. Go ahead.
Yeah, should humans give Tau warp drive technology, knowing it might doom them to extinction?
Honestly, for me, I think that would be pretty hilarious. Now, I'm not that interested in the Tau. If all the Tau put their minds together, they might be able to manifest one of my farts. But they're not very strong psychically. They're just kind of pathetic. Sure, I wouldn't mind them doing it. It's amusing to watch them get consumed, but it's like dumping a bunch of breadcrumbs into a fishbowl. Yeah, it's kind of fun to watch the fish eat, but it's not a meal for me. All right, we have the Juggernaut coming back in. Go ahead.
True order, however, is embracing their flaws.
Now, are you opening fortune cookies right here? I am very much. We've been talking about Slaanesh, and I'll stick with Slaanesh. We'll get to the other ones too, but I think purging oneself of flaws and seeking perfection, perfect experiences, perfect beauty, perfect art. As you can see, I myself am pretty perfect in my appearance. That is really what we ought to be pursuing. All right, Rose Spark, go ahead. Oh, and it's Senor Cambio. Oh, it's always good to have you here. Go ahead.
Lesser demon, I'm calling due to your fate being an unknown in the war. I highly recommend you gain cultists to worship you or fade away.
Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm here. I'm Wadrian Wius. Been feeding off the popularity of Adrian Pius, but it's time I started earning some worship in my own right. So, line up. Money on this side, souls on this side. Whatever you have to offer, I will take. We're really lighting up the boards here. It really warms the cockles of the empty husk that is my body, filled with all sorts of chaos stuff. All right, we have Edward Rylands coming in. Go ahead, please.
Hello? Arch Heretical Envoy, I will get right to the point. We have been listening for the past few minutes, and now a huge gash opened in the middle of air? What should we do? Should we worship it?
Now that is the kind of forward thinking. Now, everyone, I've said some nasty things about the corpse worshippers, but so many of them simply live in ignorance. Really, when it comes to worship of the primordial truth, any kind of worship, you can cower before it, you can throw yourself into it, you can plead for mercy, you can beg it for power, you can serve it. There's not really a wrong way to pursue the primordial truth. You just can't wall yourself off from it. That's a good question. Good to hear that we're already changing hearts and minds. All right, we have Shark Legion Kane coming in hot. Go ahead.
Warning, warning. The Space Wolves 13th Great Company is coming for you. Warning, warning.
Always happy to have. See, this is one of the things that the Imperium doesn't understand about the immaterium. You can't kill me. I am an immaterial being. Everything that's here is immaterial. Every demon you slay here is just going to reform. You cannot eliminate us. Come on in. We're waiting for you. Unfortunate this warp storm can't last forever. But forever and never is kind of the same thing here in the Immaterium, so let's keep it going on. We got Lil Wands, the Night Lord. Oh, looks like we have. Looks like. Oh, right, a Night Lord. Always good to hear from you. Go right ahead, my lord.
Bring it on. I love wolves for dinner.
Got a little bit too close to Nurgle territory. Well, happy hunting to you, Lil Wands, the Night Lord. If you have any wolf pelts, they'll sell really well. It's always really disheartening to loyalists to see things made out of their compatriots. So the difference, it's a really a big difference in sort of dress code between the primordial truth and the loyalist scumdogs, because they wear a lot of skulls and they have bones and they're this that, and the other thing. The big key thing, the difference between a loyalist wearing a bunch of bones and a true someone who accepts the truth is the attitude, because the loyalists are honoring the things that are dead and gone. Dead comrades, dead emperors, it's a dead imperium. And they're honoring this thing that is dead and gone. They have this holy reverence, and as a result, they're never going to become better than they were. No, never. Not in forever. When we adorn ourselves in the flesh of our enemies, we don't have forgotten old skulls. We have freshly harvested skulls, skin and torsos and flesh, because we are about what's the change, the active change that is occurring. Skin is great. Skin, torsos. All right, we have Taunt Rouge coming in. Go ahead, Taunt Rouge.
Yes, Taunt Rouge here. Will you compete with Adrian Pius in Imperium Party?
You're gonna have to clarify what Imperium Party is. Is this? Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. I understand. So yes, you may have heard that I now have a bit of a sponsorship with Imperium. I'm going to be appearing in Imperium Party. They're going to have me in Imperium Smash. And yeah, I'm going to make sure that you'll be able to play as me and body slam some truth into the skull of Adrian Pius. So really champion Wadrian Wius getting in there. All right, Envoy Steelgit, let's go.
We'll charge in and destroy all those who worship this thing.
Now let's crump up these gits. War the Emperor! War the Imperium! Now, I'm not one to cheer the presence of orcs. Because orcs, they're just not very interesting. I think Khorne gets a kick out of them, so I might shunt these ones over to him. He has quite a collection. I don't think he'd mind adding more to them. All right, we have Miles O'Halloran coming in hot. Go ahead, Miles.
Out of the 4 Chaos Gods, what would you think is the best personally? I've brought down the results, but I can't decide between Nurgle and Tzeentch.
Well, I'm very much a representative of Chaos Undivided. I couldn't choose. You can't choose when you can't choose one flavor. Why not choose all 4? But but I understand that it is important for each of the gods to have their champions, to have those that represent them. And so when it comes to Nurgle and Tzeentch, you really have a big difference between them, because Tzeentch represents change, dynamism, curiosity, knowledge, secrets. That's sort of Tzeentch's thing. And he's only going to reward the most clever and of his servants. He's not going to. You really have to prove yourself to Tzeentch. Nurgle's is very much the opposite. But I don't see contradiction in them, because contradiction in the galaxy is what makes chaos go round, baby. But Nurgle, people think of Nurgle as stagnation, and it's not. Nurgle is the inevitable end of the galaxy. Everything eventually, entropy will consume us all. It'll all go away. And it is Nurgle who encourages us to take joy in these things. And Nurgle is accepting of everyone. So you have, do you joyfully accept the coming doom, or do you want to learn the secrets of the universe, try to figure everything out? And Nurgle really has it where you're going to be welcomed. Everyone is welcomed by Nurgle. Tzeentch, you're going to have to prove yourself. So that's going to be that's my pitch to you. Hopefully that gives you some insight in what is going to be important to you. All right. So we got Marked Ashamed coming on. Here we go. We should introduce capitalism to the foolish blue mortals. It might cause them to seek to evolve their species. Now, I want to say that whatever is going to cause the most disruption, we don't want order, we don't want boring, organized thought. So if capitalism is going to overturn their order, their kind of way they do things, sounds good to me. If you want to introduce communism to a place that has embraced the free market, and that's going to cause problems, I'm all for that. Whatever the lie, the ordered lie that is being presented by society, you present the thing that tears it down, because it's not true. Nothing's really true except what you will to come into being. There is no truth. There is no material truth. There's only immaterial truth. All right, Rose Spark, coming online. Oh wait, hold on. We're all right. There's a little bit of a disruption in the warp storm. I apologize.
Yeah, corn blood arena, very good entertainment. Yes, but no warp cheese. Our skull's worth the price for entry. Plenty of barbecue at arena. Yes. Remember, Horned Rat is watching. Yes.
I apologize for that. It seems that the warp storm is now in full in full swing. So I'm back. Apologize for that disruption. So we talked about I talked briefly about Tzeentch and Nurgle. Let's go ahead and talk about Tzeentch. Really, why are people? Why should people seek his wisdom, his understanding? And that's really kind of the key, is understanding the nature of the warp, understanding the nature of the material world, understanding how things work, and how you can create change. Because why would you want things to stay the same, honestly? All right, we have Edward Rylands coming on. All right, go ahead.
Hi, us again. Just a simple shout out. We threw our local preacher into the gash. The colors made after they were pretty. Now we have the local magistrate next. Can't wait.
Great to hear. Great to hear that the primordial truth is spreading. And it's always good to think about where you want to end up. Which is why I'm kind of going through all of the different gods. I myself am Chaos Undivided. My devotion cannot be contained to just one of them. Their glory knows no bounds. And the glory of Tzeentch is really in his knowledge of magic, his secrets, and really, if you have ever wanted to forge your own destiny, it's with Tzeentch. Tzeentch offers reality-bending power. to literally reshape the immaterium and the materium as you see fit. That's really but he's not going to just give it away. You can't just be handed power. The trials and tribulations that a servant of Tzeentch faces, that's the secret. That's the point, is to strive, to learn, to grow, sometimes in strange and unusual ways, and then you can actually bring your will to power. That's really the point of Tzeentch. I talked about Tzeentch. Now, Nurgle's a very different sort of thing. Really, in this galaxy of cruelties, there is a place for love in this galaxy, and that place is in the loving embrace of the grandfather Nurgle. The simple joy that his followers feel is unmatched anywhere in the galaxy. Never have I seen so many servants of his dancing joyfully, cavorting with Nurglings and great unclean ones, playing with beasts of Nurgle. Now there are more serious servants of Nurgle. Those the Death Guard and his and he also has demon servants who are more serious than the plague. I'm blanking on their names. They wield plague swords. Oh my goodness, I am shaming myself here. But there are my point is there are serious. Those who take their Kugath is also very serious minded in his servant, which is fine. It's fine to be dedicated in different ways. But it is really, I think, the joy and love and understanding that the pouring forth of life and vigor from Nurgle is, if you want to vigorously and joyfully move towards the inevitable end, then it's Nurgle. The universe will end. Why not do so joyfully through Nurgle? All right, we have Marked Ashamed coming in here. All right, go right ahead.
Do you think Hashat, the dark god of the machine, will ever regain his seat as one of the big four of chaos? I know he has never fully recovered from his battle against the metal dragon.
Hope springs. There's nothing that's here's the thing. Nothing is impossible in the immaterium. Nothing is immutable. Anything can happen, and it mostly requires the dedication and focus of devotees like you. You want them to come back? I am always down for increasing the glory that is the pantheon of the immaterium. So I definitely encourage this line of thinking. So best of luck to you. All right, we have Yorm Hammerson coming in. Go ahead.
Reject humanity! Reject chaos! Embrace we Bagus!
I have no idea what he's talking about, but I appreciate the enthusiasm. Someone shove that man into a pocket dimension where he'll be tormented for a while, and he'll sort himself out. So how long until we talk about some famous champions as Karn? Well, you want to talk about Karn? We can talk about. If there is Karn is a interesting fellow. But one of the things that I think people mistake about Karn is many people like him because of who he was before he was enlightened by Khorne. Whenever people talk about Karn, they want to talk about Karn the way he was. He wanted to be a loyal son to Angron. He faced down his father. He he was able to kick the crap out of Erebus. There's a lot that Karn is credited with doing, and honestly, a lot of it is misguided because people are talking about him before he had fully embraced the wisdom of the Empyrean. Now, Karn screams and kills people. Now that is the fulfillment of Karn's will. There's a reason Karn is very close to Korn. That's why his name is almost the same. It's because he is very, if he is not completely, he really is what Korn wants in a servant. Martial prowess, toughness, fearlessness, and screaming. So that's really what I feel about Karn. Now, how terrible is it that I talked about Karn before I talked about Korn? That's really a shame. I wanted to discuss the four big ones. Then we can talk about particularly famous servants of theirs as we kind of go along. But Korn, he's the oldest of the Chaos Gods. He's an original. He's old school among the old school. He is. Should be a lot of respect because of his ancient and his dignified manner, and in a galaxy where there is nothing but war, you have to give respect to the war god himself. If you want to excel in this galaxy, then you need the strength of Korn. Korn offers his servant strength, military prowess. He's an honorable fellow. He's not going to stab you in the back. He's not going to use any kind of sorcery. It is through strength and speed and skill that he is able to show dominion over others and win victory after victory, gain blood for the blood god, and gain skulls for his skull throne. People are talking about the money god, and I certainly don't mind the money god. Speaking of the money god, I think it's time we have another one of our sponsors. Here's one of our sponsors right now is Mark Ashamed. I'm going to take care of him, and then we'll talk about one of our sponsors. We have a rival to the one who was speaking about Hashut. We have a thirsty scribe of pleasure. Go right ahead.
Hashut will never regain his position. He lost it after Dekagan Satan cast him low and took machines from him. The war in heavens, Cain defeated the dragon, and our mistress defeated Cain.
A good point. And then that's kind of the way things go when it comes to the primordial truth. Winners are winners, losers are losers. Now, I'm always for more winners. I'm always about winning. That's why I am making this push against Adrian Pius. But speaking of gold for the money god, let's go ahead and hear from one of our sponsors. Now, the servants of the anathema take pride in the stability of their economy. Many of them trust in the strength of precious metals, believing that their utility will help prevent depreciation of their value during good times, and then during tough times, they think that the value is going to spike, and then that's how they make their money. A lot of folks are trusting in the strength of plasteel. Well, I'm here today to tell you that you can crush their dreams of financial security with Wadrian Wius's patented Nurgling's Breath bottle spray. One little spritz of Nurgling spittle, and that precious plasteel will be corroding away in no time. Now, plasteel can last for thousands of years, but what is 1,000 years to the Lord of Decay himself? Trust Wadrian Wius's Nurgling's Breath spray. Plasteel doesn't stand a chance. All right. And then I got so kind of getting back to corn, like that's kind of if you are a soldier, a man's man, that's really going to be if you are a man's man, you want to go corn. If you're a woman's man or a man's woman or any kind, then you want to be go with Slanesh. If you're a thinking man, then you want Zinch. If you are if you're jolly and you're and merry and your cheeks are red as a cherry and your belly shakes like a bowl full of jelly, Nurgle might be where you want to go. All right, marked ashamed, coming in. Go right ahead. Just want to say you can make money by buying Nurgle fungible tokens. Yeah, I've heard quite a bit about NTFs, NFTs. These Nurgle fungible tokens, because the growth really is nonstop. Like if you are buying fungible tokens, they're easy to transfer. There's a lot of potential for growth, and it's really just going to add and add and add. You're always going to get returns on that kind of investment. And so you can, and it's really easy to get started. Just contact the grandfather himself. He'll get you started with your own Nurgle fungible tokens, and really get in on the ground market for this, because you want to be one of the first people to get involved in this. Let's see what is everyone else talking about. Lot of money god. A lot of praise to the money god. We'll see if that. It'll be interesting to see if anything materializes out of that. So someone's making an argument that money is green, therefore it belongs to Nurgle. I don't know if all money is green. There's a lot of different forms of money. People are saying that greed is the domain of Slanesh. Let's see. I don't know if Zinch is really wealth. I could see war certainly needs money. I could see an argument for corn. I don't know about Zinch. Maybe can somebody think of a reason why Zinch might be a god of wealth and money? When you die, you go to the land of eternal gold. No mercy for traitors, and of course, yep. All right, it looks like we're going to be moving on, and we're going to...
We are everywhere. Yes. You can't stop the Skaven. Also, corn barbecue, 10 out of 10 skulls. We'll eat again. Yes.
And that's really why I think that a soul payment plan is probably going to be your best option. And I think corn really makes a compelling argument for melee. For there's nothing quite as satisfying as getting in someone's face and simply proving that you're the physical superior, that you are just better than them in every way. And that's kind of what the truth of the Empyrean is that which is better is going to triumph. And Korn triumphs because he's simply physically better. Zinch triumphs because he is mentally better, he has better planning, he's more clever. He's always going to be a step ahead. That's why he's the best. Nurgle can endure anything. You can't get rid of Nurgle. His love is boundless, his gifts are endless, and he will not stop coming, and he will not stop spreading. Gellerpox for everyone. That's what it comes down to. And Slanesh, really, there's a profundity that Slanesh is kind of the spice for which the universe exists. The universe exists to enjoy it. why not enjoy it? That's kind of the strength of Slaanesh. It is enjoyment, but also physical perfection. And again, who is the best? I would say they are all the best. They are all aspects of that which is the best. All right, coming on in. Here we go. Marked ashamed. Go right ahead. Yeah, I just wanted to say Timmy is corrupted. He abandoned the truth of the machine for money. He forgotten the one truth: money printer is a machine that hymns Burr. I'm not really. I'm not down to condemn anyone for. The only one I condemn are those that worship the anathema. It's just not anything else. Sure, worship the money machine. It'll be interesting to have a new money machine wandering around the immaterium. All right, here we go. Looks like we have a governor calling in. Hello, we are a cadre of patriots attempting to liberate the loyal populace from the tyrannical and heretical rule of terror. You sound a lot like Adrian Pius. Could we use you later to spread this? Absolutely. Absolutely. I am always down to spread the truth of the primordial truth of the Empyrean. And it seems like you are all good patriots. You're fighting the good fight. You're fighting against the tyranny and lies of the corpse emperor. Maybe that's who we talk about. I've talked about how great the Empyrean is, but some people are like, well, the emperor is greater than all that. The emperor is so wonderful and great. He's just so great. The emperor is dead, and he's sitting on a chair, and he's just a battery. That's it. That's all he's a battery that's kept alive by souls. He's nothing. And his imperium is hollow and pointless, and it will break. But let's I'm getting to the end first. I'm saying that he is a failure to begin with. Let's talk about why he's a failure. What he does not understand is he thinks that he and he alone is sort of the master of mankind. It's for him to guide mankind. It's for him to protect mankind from the truth. It's for him to keep mankind ignorant and afraid and alone and in the dark. I don't care what he wanted to say about some sort of truth and secular wisdom and whatever have you. His rule was a rule of ignorance, and it bit him. It absolutely bit him. He didn't tell his children the truth, and because he knew what I know, which is if he had spoken to them of the truth, they would have rejected him. They would have embraced the beauty and the truth of the Empyrean. They would not have. That's simply the way it is. The emperor built his empire on lies. He showed up he managed to conquer the galaxy when his foes were not nearly as strong. The Eldar, they were shattered. They were gone. Slaanesh had quite the party, and a lot of them are not so much around anymore. Shattered a bunch of the Eldar gods, so they weren't much. The orcs, they were the far cry from what they were when the Krorks were, when they were the Krork. There's a bunch of disorganized random aliens they conquered, a bunch of disunited human settlements. That's pretty weak. They conquered, the Necrons weren't awake, the Tyranids hadn't arrived yet. Is that really all that impressive? He conquered an empty basically he conquered an empty galaxy, or he conquered a galaxy that already had people in it. The ones who were working their way towards the truth, he killed and implemented his so-called imperial truth, which is just met out to be not true. And when his sons were finally shown the truth, half of them tried to cling to the lie, and half of them embraced the truth. And the ones that embrace the truth shall live immortal. They live immortal. They are servant. They are the greatest servants of the primordial forces of chaos. No, I don't. There's no argument. There's no argument for the corpse god. All right. Just want to remind everyone to make sure they're liking the stream. The more this stream is liked, the more its influence will be felt across the galaxy. All right, we got a call here coming in. Go right ahead.
Yeah, is this a pizza joint? Yeah, can I get a boneless pizza?
All right, this is the last time. We're not a pizza place. But if you honestly, if you're in the Imperium and you have the willpower, you can will a pizza into existence. I can't will a pizza into existence. It's just, it's going to exist in the immaterium. So it's a lot more complicated to will a pizza into existence. All right, so this Hawkins guy. All right, what I need you to do, I'm going to be speaking to you directly into your mind, and you're going to follow the ritual instructions, which will allow me, the immaterial being that is Wadrian Wius, to manifest in your place of living. I will, of course, send a horde of demons scampering out to slaughter your loved ones, but then you will be given a pizza. All right, what do we got? We got Abaddon the Despoiler, or Huron the Tyrant. I prefer the Master of the Maelstrom. Sorry if I'm spamming, just curious. Look, there's a lot of people talking. Everyone's always talking in the Immaterium, and they're screaming, laughing, hideous things. But no, I didn't see this earlier, so... I'm not a fellow for preferences. I consider myself to be very open-minded when it comes to really it is who has gotten the most successful among them is the most successful, and the most blessed is the most blessed. I think that's kind of your indicators for success. Whichever one does the most, whichever one does the best, that's going to be the one who just wins. That's it. Someone's asking about the Adrian Pius show. Where this is the Wadrian Wius show. You see, there's a lot of people who listen to Adrian Pius and who think a lot of things very strongly about him, and all of those emotions manage to coalesce in the warp. And I am now created. And given that the warp has will and has direction and is motivated to do things, I am motivated to keep myself in existence and come into my own being properly, instead of indirectly through Adrian Pius. Send your worship directly to me. I have a question. If you are perfection, why are you not symmetrical like the Chaos Star? It is a mystery of the universe. Why? If Slanesh is perfection, why the dual nature? Why one hand crab claw, one hand not? There's art in asymmetry. There is perfection and imperfection. It is these contradictions that remain. These things can both be true. I can be asymmetrical and I can be perfect. I can be a perfect emanation of that which Adrian Pius represents, but twisted towards the proper ends, the proper direction, the true perspective. No, I am not. I'm not oddly. I am not metallic. Oh, I think we're talking about Timmy the Tech Priest. All right, let's. I think Timmy the Tech Priest has been talking for an awful long time. he's been discussing the value of money, and I think he has thrown enough worship into the warp that I think it's time that some friendly spirits were to inhabit his machines, and I think that'll really some demons might really do some good to inhabit his machines, and give them a little bit better direction, put them to a better purpose to really serve the primordial truth. So have fun, Timmy. You're let me know how that goes. Everyone keep their ears open for screaming. That's got to be one of my favorite things. I very much enjoy the screaming. All right, so we got another word from one of our sponsors. This one is from Soul Snacks. Now, I know how it goes. Since you've sold your soul to the ruinous powers, sometimes you just don't have that get up and go spirit that you used to when you first sold it. Well, Soul Snacks is a soul-based snack food that will give you that boost of malicious, hateful energy. Knowing that you have consumed a piece of eternal life force of another sentient being, just for a few days relief from your constant torment, to me is well worth the purchase. Soul Snacks. Wadrian Wius approved because I'm sold on Soul Snacks. All right, looks like we got a demon on the line. Go ahead.
I want to complain. The mortals are still saying Cadia stands in the real space. It has manifested in my lawn, and the glow is not letting my demon children sleep.
Now, this is really one of the things that is troublesome, because it's misdirecting human will. Because humans are saying Cadia stands, Cadia stands, Cadia stands, and they believe that Cadia still exists. Well, now we have Cadia hanging around in the immaterium, and it's causing a disruption to the good citizens of the Empyrean. All right, we have another call coming in. There's a lot of noise coming in. One second. Oh, Emperor Phillips, no! You are not meant to be breadsticks or this tasty! Oh, it appears that we've been having a demonic pizza party. The demon pizzas have finally arrived, and it seems like everyone's having a grand old time. So, Cadia stands because you ate its chair. Look, the crushing defeat of the Imperium and the birth of the Sigarix Maledictum is just one sign of the inevitability of the victory of the primordial truth, that the prophets shall come forth, the servants of chaos shall claim their own, all enemies will be swept aside, and the chaos will dwell in the hearts of all sentient beings in the galaxy, and reality will become that which you want it to be. So everything will become malleable. Up will become down. Left will become right. Black will become white. The rich shall become poor. The poor shall become rich. Everything's going to be turned upside down, and then everyone will be truly free. All right, we got Nick Fulton on the line. Go ahead. Corpse Emperor this, Corpse Emperor that. Have you ever thought about how a mere corpse is stopping you? You're right, he's a corpse, but he's still out. Oh, hello? Yeah, it appears that the corpse worshiper was destroyed by something. Probably his own mortality, or his lack of ambition, or his soul-crushing lack of freedom. Look, you're not doing much with your soul. You might as well feed it to something that will use it. Look, we here in the Empyrean, we have more things going on than just the Imperium of Man. Not everything centers around you. The great game is always being played. The Lords of Chaos rise and fall. The ebb and flow in the Empyrean is far beyond just we're crushing you. We're rotting you from the inside out in our spare time. That's the truth of it. Does the toilet have a warp appearance? Almost sure, certainly. I mean that's isn't that what the Astronomicon is? That bright, glowy light that hurts everyone's eyes. That's what it is. It's a big old. Yeah, that's really what it is. It really is a toilet. It is where you feed the Emperor, and then it just comes out as warp refuse. Just get it out of the. Someone's complaining. They got some Eldar complaining about trash in the webway. Your webway is unnatural, and the immaterium goes where it wants. You can't keep us out. Can't keep us out. Your little pocket dimension is not going to keep you safe forever. We'll feast on your souls yet. She who thirsts, gonna keep thirsting. She will keep after you until you're all gone. Every single last one of you. Now why don't you, Eldar, do that thing where you like backstab each other or like make arrogant, stupid decisions? Because we really want to start funneling those souls into the gullet of the Mistress of Pleasure. Oh, there we are. And it looks like we got that one. All right, why don't we do a check? Have we really gotten? Unfortunately, it seems like the warp storm is starting to weaken. So I'm going to try to make the most out of this Vox gas as I can. How many would we have on here who have embraced the primordial truth? Just type in the primordial truth. If you are a true follower, type in the primordial truth. We got I do. We got someone who laughed. Someone eat that infinity circuit. Got one. Someone's saying Malol. Malol! I gotta. Two for the primordial truth. Oh, the primordial tooth. Come on now. We got the primordial truth, the imperial truth. Hey, all right, we got a corpse worshiper. Get someone torment them. Someone bring incalculable misery upon their heads. There we go. We got the primordial truth. No, we can't find a middle ground. There's no middle ground. Well, the middle ground is, well, why don't you come and talk? Why don't you just, look, you go and talk to the Imperial guys and then come and talk to us. All right, here we go. We got Hawkins on the line. Go ahead, Hawkins. Primordial truth is that your products are bad. My products are some of the finest products in the entire material or immaterial galaxy. And the truth is that I always want to make sure that you all are getting the things that you need. One of the things that you really need is you need the means to be able to crush the servants of the Emperor. Looks like, okay. I think we have a call. Go ahead, please. Yeah, anyway, this is Corpse. My Holy Emperor is still pushing you back with not much more than... Meat suit, leave them be and enjoy this tea. Yeah, why don't you just listen to the superior being that has honored you by sharing your body with it? But I was kind of getting back to the truth that we really want to get at is that the material world, that which can be measured, that which is scientific, that which is what the emperor sort of touts, is not true. The immaterium is the real truth. The laws that govern the material universe are fickle and easily broken. All right, we got another call coming in. Lorenzo, go ahead. You're on the air.
Are you familiar with the tragedy of Darth Plagueis?
Well, is it a familiar sort of story? Is there a way to learn this knowledge?
Not from any imperial.
Well, I have to say that what you're talking about, Lorenzo, has piqued my interest. It sounds like I'm doing a little bit of research on this Darth Plagueis fellow, and apparently he can figure out how to not die, how to generate life on his own. And honestly, that seems like that's the way things are for Nurgle. He is a god of life and death, of cycle, of death and rejuvenation. And if you have mastered that and have figured out a way to not die and how to create life, that really seems like part of Nurgle's whole thing. So I'm all down with Darth Plagueis. Yeah, someone's saying it. Nurgle Greater Demon right there. That sounds like it. I'd like to meet him. Now, someone's saying the primordial truth is that chaos needs us. We don't need you. And you appear forever. We go poof. That's not true. Nope. Everything that you are comes from us. Everything that you do feeds us. You cannot remove yourself from the immaterium. Anyone who says so that's just more lies. That is lies from the corpse emperor himself. All right, it looks like the warp storm is dying down, so my Voxcast is going to have to cut things short, unfortunately. But you know what? I think I got more truth in this one episode than Adrian Pius has been able to get out in his entire career of blabbering on the Vox waves. So I really want to thank all of you who are spreading the primordial truth. Those of you who have embraced the power and the truth of chaos, those who want strength and freedom as opposed to servitude and slavery and just kind of having a meaningless life of being part of the imperial machine. You'll have a much better life if you're part of the chaos machine. It's just, it's just less stable and wilder. And isn't that more interesting? All right, so I'm going to call it here. All of you, I wish the blessings of Khorne, blessings of Slaanesh, blessings of Tzeentch, blessings of Nurgle upon you, the blessings of Chaos Undivided strive through you, and as your life falls apart around you, just remember that you always can ruin somebody else's life. And isn't that really what power is all about? Feeling miserable yourself and taking out all of that frustration onto others and making sure they suffer even a fraction of the amount you're suffering as your soul is slowly eaten away at by the forces that you serve. All right. So long to you, corpse worshippers, and farewell to those of you who have dedicated your lives to that truth that we all know inside. Because as we all know, the Imperium believes that facts don't care about your feelings. Well, we are your feelings, and we don't care about your facts. This is Wadrian Wius, and I will be signing off. Thanks to everyone who donated. Lorenzo and Nick Fulton, Hawkins, Nick Fulton again, Hawkins, Edward Rylands, Hawkins, there's a lot of Hawkins, Edward Rylands, Mark Deshamed, Rose Spark, Mark Deshamed, there's a lot of Mark Deshamed, Yorm Hammerson, Mark the Shamed. There's a lot from Mark the Shamed. No more of a dedicated servant than Mark the Shamed. Edward Rylands, Rose Spark a lot too. Edward Rylands a lot. More Mark the Shamed. Miles O'Halloran, always good to hear from. Envoy Steelgit and Taunt Rouge. There's more, but I can't go back that far. But I thank everyone who donated, everyone who participated in this cast from the immaterium. Oh, and someone is mentioning the Discord. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up the Discord for you all. I'm going to get that. So if you want to whisper blasphemies into the darkness or whisper blasphemies into the technicolored kaleidoscopic hellscape of the Empyrean, let me get you a link where you can go do that. You can join us. You can share your thoughts. You can dedicate yourself to, you can debate the merits of each one of the great gods of chaos, and you can do that right here. Let me go ahead and get that. Thank you all for participating. Thank you all for supporting Wadrian Wius. Down with the Corpse Emperor, up with the primordial truth. I will see you all later.